Hi, I have Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There's the cover. All right. Long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a lovely young princess named Snow White. Her stepmother, the queen, was cruel and vain. She hated everyone whose beauty rivaled her own, and she watched her stepdaughter with angry, jealous eyes. There's Snow playing with birds, and there's the stepmother, looking very mean indeed. The queen had magic powers and owned a wondrous mirror that spoke. Every day she would stood before it and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" And every day the mirror answered, "You are the fairest one of all, O queen, the fairest our eyes have ever seen." As time passed, Snow White grew more and more beautiful, and the queen grew more and more envious. So she forced the princess to dress in rags and work from dawn to dusk. There's the queen with her mirror, very angry. And there's poor Snow White. Looks like she's folding laundry. Working hard. Despite all the hard work, Snow White stayed sweet, gentle, and cheerful. Day after day she washed and swept and scrubbed. And day after day she dreamed of a handsome prince that would carry her off to his castle. One day, when the queen spoke to the mirror, it replied with the news that she had been dreading. There was now someone even more beautiful than the queen, and that person was Snow White. There is Snow White dreaming of her prince. And the queen is very angry to hear the mirror say she is no longer the fairest. The queen sent for a huntsman. "Take Snow White deep into the forest," she said, "and there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill her." The man begged the queen to have mercy, but she would not be persuaded. "Silence," she warned. "You know the penalty if you fail." The next day, Snow White, never suspecting that she was in danger, went off with the huntsman. When they were deep in the woods, the huntsman drew his knife. Then suddenly he fell to his knees. "I can't do it," he sobbed. "Forgive me." He told her it was the queen who had ordered this wicked deed. The queen on her throne ordering the huntsman, and the huntsman telling Snow White about what he was supposed to do. Oh dear. "The queen!" gasped Snow White. "She's jealous of you," said the huntsman. "She'll stop at nothing. Quick, run away and don't come back. I'll lie to the queen. Now go, run, hide." Frightened, Snow White fled through the woods. Branches tore at her clothes. Sharp twigs scratched her arms and her legs. Strange eyes stared from the shadows. Danger lurked everywhere. Snow White ran on and on. So there's the huntsman, and she's run all the way so far away from him. She's running for her life. Poor Snow White. At last, Snow White fell wearily to the ground and began to weep. The gentle animals from the forest gathered around and tried to comfort her. Chirping and chattering, they led her to a tiny cottage. "Oh," said Snow White, "it's adorable, just like a doll's house." Inside, the tiny tables and chairs were covered with dust, and the sink was filled with dirty dishes. "My," said Snow White, "perhaps the children who live here are orphans, and they need someone to take care of them. Maybe they'll let me stay and keep house for them." The animals all helped, and soon the place was neat and tidy. So there is Snow White and the animals, and they found the cottage. And there is Snow White and the animals cleaning up. Meanwhile, the 7 dwarfs who lived in the cottage were heading home from the mine where they worked. The dwarfs were amazed to find their house so clean. They were even more amazed when they went upstairs and saw Snow White. "It's a girl," said Doc. "She's beautiful," sighed Bashful. "Ah," said Grumpy, "she's going to be trouble. Mark my words." There they are, the 7 dwarfs walking home from their mine, from their work. And there they see Snow White for the first time. Look at that. Snow White woke up with a start, and she saw the dwarfs gathered around her. "Why, you're not children. You're little men." "I read your names on the beds," she continued. "Let me guess who you are. You're dark, and you're bashful. You're sleepy, you're sneezy, and you're happy and dopey. You must be grumpy." When Snow White told the dwarfs about the queen's plan to kill her, they decided that she should stay with them. "We're asking for trouble," huffed Grumpy. "But we can't let her get caught by the wicked queen. Actually, we can't let her get caught by the wicked queen," said Doc. The others laughed. So Snow White is startled. And there are all of the 7 dwarfs. That night, after supper, they all sang and danced and made merry music. Bashful played the concertina, Happy tapped on the drums, Sleepy tooted his horn, Grumpy played the organ, and Dopey wiggled his ears. Snow White loved her new friends, and she felt safe at last. Meanwhile, the queen had learned from her mirror that Snow White was still alive. With a magic spell, she turned herself into an old peddler woman. She filled a basket with apples, putting a poison apple on the top. "One bite," she cackled, "and Snow White will sleep forever. Then I'll be the fairest in the land." So there she is partying with her 7 dwarfs. And there is the queen, disguised as an ugly old peddler. Well, pages always get stuck. The next morning, before they left for the mine, the dwarfs warned Snow White to be on her guard. "Don't let nobody or nothing in this house," said Grumpy. "Oh, Grumpy," said Snow White, "you do care. I'll be careful, I promise." She kissed him and the others goodbye, and the dwarfs went cheerfully off to work. A few minutes later, the queen came to the kitchen window. "Making pies, dearie?" "It's apple pies that men love. Here, taste one of these." She held the poisoned apple out to Snow White. Snow White remembered the dwarf's warning, but the woman looked harmless, and the apple looked delicious. Snow White bit the apple, then, with a sigh, fell to the floor. There she is kissing Grumpy. And there is the evil queen giving her the apple. Told by the birds and the animals that something was wrong, the dwarves raced back to the cottage. They saw the queen sneaking off, and they ran after her. As storm clouds gathered and rain began to fall, the dwarfs chased the queen to the top of a high rocky mountain. Crack! There was a flash of lightning, and the evil queen fell to her doom below. But it was too late for Snow White. She was so beautiful, even in death, and the dwarfs could not bear to part with her. They built her a coffin of glass and gold. A day and a night they kept watch over their beloved princess. The evil queen falling to her doom. Snow White in the coffin that the dwarves built for her. One day, a handsome prince came riding through the forest. As soon as he saw Snow White, he fell in love with her. Kneeling by her coffin, he kissed her. Snow White sat up, blinked, and smiled. The prince's kiss had broken the evil spell. As the dwarfs danced with joy, the prince carried Snow White off to his castle, where they lived happily ever after. So there's the prince putting Snow White on his horse, and everybody's rejoicing. And that was Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.